Hello everyone, and welcome to CR Mob Choo-Choo's review on the newest updates in Cookierun OvenBreak. Alright, so I've been enjoying the new updates very much. I think that the new content that's been getting put out and the amount of it is very satisfying, especially for a level 72 player who doesn't necessarily have a lot of things to strive for in the game anymore. Now, first of all, I would like to start with the newest cookie added to the game, news rendition, which is Mango Cookie. Mango Cookie is an incredibly cute cookie with an incredibly cute costume. I really do like the Jamaican feels and vibes that this cookie does give off. And I think that generally the concept for the cookie is extraordinarily interesting. But I do still find some difficulties when it comes to playing with this cookie, whether or not is how quick the islands go by and or how specifically the islands have to be and or no indication prior on which island is going to come up does make it a little more difficult, but the cookie is fun nonetheless and keeps things interesting. Mango Cookie's candy is simple enough. For mango fish jellies appear while paddling the canoe, and they give off a very substantial amount of points, so please do max out the candy. Now, the newest pet, Mango Toucan, is a pretty simple pet, does not have anything necessarily really interesting about it, but it is a very cute pet and does give off a pretty strong amount of points. Now, moving on to the latest rebuffs and the latest trial, Orange Cookie. Orange Cookie has been a cookie in the game for the past 3 years and is one of my all-time favorite cookies. There is even an account of mine called Buff Orange Cookie because of how much I wanted this cookie to be rebuffed. So, as you can tell, I'm very excited and very happy about her rebuff. Orange Cookie got the Summer Parade costume, which is in reference to the summer parades that are going currently on in Korea, I believe. I'm sorry if that is incorrect. Please, if so, correct me. And it is a genuinely gorgeous costume that does have a lot, and I mean a lot of tradition put into it. Orange Cookie has been rebuffed and re-rendered to be a much more sufficient, a much more powerful, and much more compelling cookie to play with. Prior, Orange Cookie would just be a cookie where you can jump and hit her balls with and then blast a little. But now Orange Cookie starts with 3 balls and you can mishmash them as many times as you want at the very beginning. And I think that's a very, very good and compelling idea to add on because it doesn't only give her a huge score boost, but also lets a lot of the players boost through a lot of the parts that they don't necessarily like at the beginning maps and boost through the parts that give you a lot higher of an energy drain. Orange Cookie's pet also got rebuffed and a little bit reworked in a sense of now it gives off bonus speed points. I don't believe that there is any pet or cookie that is necessarily based off of how much speed is given off, other than one treasure, which is the energy drink treasure that goes off on that. But yeah, other than that, it is a very interesting concept. I really, really do like how they change it up, and that there's a lot more speed potions now. Now to the third and last rebuffed cookie, which is Pink Choco, which personally I believe is probably one of the better rebuffed cookies. Here she is. I think she might be just a little bit better than Orange, actually, in the specific circumstances. Pink Choco Cookie now gets energies from her energy blaster whenever she picks up a little battery jelly. And she also has this really, really cute frog costume. Also, again, a nag to the traditions and cultures that are and the genuine festival that is going on right now, or generally in April in Korea. Um, Pink Choco didn't necessarily get as big of a change as Orange got, only getting a little bit more HP from the energy jellies that she does pick up. But since she is a jelly cookie, a lot of treasures do work very well with her. Same thing with the Big Bear Jelly Meteorite. It just became a much better pet to use. It became more often, and it's not as seldom as it was prior. Now the jellies, it was previously buffed to where the jellies don't fall in, which I think is a very good idea to not let the jellies fall down. But other than that, that is enough for the new rebuffs and the pets. Now moving on to the newest treasure, which is the 1000% juice. So if I were to make this video prior, I would have very strong opinions against this treasure. But personally, after the rebuff and the rendition of this treasure, meaning that now it only takes one jump for it to activate, and it what's it called? And it just gives off a little less points. I think it's a very balanced treasure, not necessarily capable of fighting off the green pea slingshot or the saber virtue, because those are busted Death Sisters. But still a very, very good treasure nonetheless. Now moving on to the events, which I personally really, really love. So the Fantastic Feast event is, it's not an event that we have not seen prior, but my only criticism over this is that one of these is use 3,000 crystals. So again, this is more of like a first world problem, but I don't necessarily have what to spend my crystals on, so I cannot really get that done with. But other than so, I really do like how it asks of you to go and do things in specific game modes, also giving people a better incentive on doing those game modes, because let's be honest, sometimes they do get boring and we need that little nag of going and doing it. Now, the Cheery Egg Basket event is the event that came along with the rebuff for the dinosaur egg hatchling. It's a pretty common event. We've seen it previously, but I think it's very cute. I also really like that they appear more often in guild runs. As a guild leader, not leader, as a guild officer, sorry, sometimes it is a little hard for our members to go and do their runs, so this could probably give them a better incentive on going and doing so. So thank you, Dev Sisters. Again, there's the Make It Shine buff treasure. The new buff treasure is pretty good. I really, really do like the Tiny Sour Hatchling, and I think it's just a very fun and cute treasure from the first place. And now they buffed it to where it actually does keep up with most of the new treasures. Maybe not on par with the green pea slingshot, but still up there nonetheless. Finding the Legendary Dragon is a complete story recap and a also added story on the adventures of Milk, Yam, Mala Sauce, and Dinosaur Cookie. And it seems like Mango and Artichoke have been the latest installments, as well as Ananas. Ananas will be added later on this month as a legendary cookie, to my knowledge. I'm not quite happy about that because I do not like so many legendaries in such a short span of time. But I really do like the story, and I really do think that it's smart to have an entire story recap so everyone can see it and everyone can read throughout it. Now, the last events that I would like to talk about is the Island Blessings. Island Blessings event is a very basic one. Nothing really happens to the main event itself. It's not something you can work with. It's more so just a bonus on the capability of getting a better thing from these exploration quests. It is very similar to how the breakout events work, where there's double the amount of coins. Now there's just a double of chance of getting better or more treasures. I personally gotten a few Supreme Pet Eggs and chests from it, and I'm quite happy with it. I would really like to see it stay for a little longer. But the last event is the Sweet Mango Cubes gift shop. I think this is a very basic and a very cute event. It wasn't that hard to finish, and I think that leaving magic powder as a rebuyable thing is a very, very good decision, since a lot of the latest cookies and pets have really been requiring me a lot of magic powder to max out their candies. So this is very nice of you, Deaf Sisters. Other than that, my entire impressions and my general impressions over the entirety of this thing, or these events that have been added on and updates, is that I really like them. I would really like to see a little more cookies being rebuffed and cookies getting magic candies. I would have liked to seen more than just 2 cookies being rebuffed. That is just my own personal taste. Seeing all the summer cookies like lime and grapefruit being rebuffed would also been a very, very nice thing. Also, Gumball has a costume, and I really thought Gumball would get a candy, but Gumball is not getting a candy. So please, Dev Sisters, use your very amazing events and IRL events to your own advantage. Other than that, thank you so much, Cookierun, for these past two updates. They've been very fun, and I'm really loving them. I hope that this is not an educational video, but a good video nonetheless. I really don't know why anyone would like to hear my impressions, but you know. Thank you, Cookierun. This has been a fun two updates, and please continue at it. Just don't be releasing so many legendaries in such a short amount of time. Goodbye.